Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's the imperfect one, King Cruz, along with the last man standing, Christopher Hart, bringing you the Jobber Jab.
Just when you think you've got all the answers, here we come to change the culture.
Welcome back to the Jobber Jab. Allow me to reintroduce ourselves. We are the high-flying, low-riding, sometimes flashy, always classy, living large and in charge. I am the imperfect King Cruz, and as always,
I am Christopher Hart, and we're back like that shit you caught in Vegas. But we don't want to talk about that.
That stays there. We got an extended edition of Jobber Jab today, so please stick around with us. We got a lot to cover since we've been gone. But before we get deep into that, some other news. Brian James, Road Dogg, suffered a heart attack.
We want to send our love and our respect and wish him a quick recovery. I was just reading today that he's been released. No blockages in the heart, thank God. We just want to wish him, like I said, a quick recovery, get him back on the mend. Want to keep you around for a while, dog.
And one time for the one time. Oh, you didn't know? Anyway, moving on.
Better call somebody. So, anybody who's anybody knows what time of year it is right now. And if you don't know, you live under a fucking rock. Because it's WrestleMania season.
If you don't know, now you know.
And you want to say WrestleMania is not that big of a deal? Let me put it this way. Every other wrestling promotion moves to whatever city Mania is going to be in for that weekend.
So we're going to touch on some things that are happening at WrestleMania. We got some big matches, some title defenses, some storylines. So we're going to jump right into it on the Raw side of things.
Going right off with the New Day against AJ Styles and Almost. I always mess up the pronunciation of his name.
Now, I believe this will be his debut match. To my knowledge, he hasn't had one. I mean, he had that giant ninja outfit when he was with... they were in the feud for the 24/7 title. He was one of the ninjas. He was the big guy. That got scrapped, thank God. This is Shawn Michaels and Diesel recycled. I'm all for it, especially if he gets a push out of this. The New Day, that's just so smooth. That's like butter. That's money all day. You throw them in with a phenomenal one.
They've got talent all across the board. I'm hoping this new guy has some talent in, but AJ Styles performs well. He's a showstopper. The New Day themselves are very energetic, very always on the move. They've always got something new and innovative to bring to the ring. You gotta love that about them.
I mean, they're gifted. That's a tag team within itself. I mean, I always complain about throwing two superstars together. I don't know about Almost, so this is going to be different dynamic. But again, you throw AJ Styles into anything, he's going to come out.
And that's the thing. If you're bringing Almost into this with these three other well-developed talent, obviously there's something about them that they want to showcase. And I'm going to go ahead and say you've got three of the best superstars that are going to be able to bring that out of them and help them get that over.
And let's be honest, he's got the look. He's got the Vince McMahon look.
He's got the Monday Night Raw bigger than shit look.
The land of the giants. Moving on to a different storyline.
Thank God this is probably one of my favorite segments on Monday Night Raw. I watch Monday Night Raw most of the time just for this. Again, everybody knows I'm a Fiend fan. Now you've got Extra Crispy coming back. Came back at Fastlane. Did the Tales from the Crypt thing. Grabbed Randy Orton, by the ankle. Came up.
You know, I don't care how many times they've done that.
Through the ring is always a good idea.
Through the ring, we'll always get a pop. I don't know how they do it. You wrestle all day on that damn ring, and I get it. It's the Thunderdome right now. It's a pre-taped clip. But you go back and you watch The Undertaker, Kane pop out from the ring. I still don't get how they do this.
The only thing that gets over bigger than somebody coming up through the ring is somebody going bombing through the ring or taking the ring down like Big Show does, or Keith Lee. Right. But so you've got him back. He's got the big match against Randy Orton. The best part about this is they brought him back and he's not rejuvenated and fully recovered right away. Yeah. They're building up to something. The Fiend actually posted on his Twitter about a moth coming out of the cocoon, so I'm kind of interested to see what the new look after this is going to be. Alexa Bliss had a little bit of a mess up at Fastlane and pissed off Kim Morton, which was great. I'm always good when she gets angry.
I don't know that.
Thanks, Alexa.
Shout out to Alexa in the back. Anytime you say Alexa Bliss, she answers.
And we're back.
And we've had the pleasure of actually seeing Kim Morton in person. Now, she was far enough away from us where we weren't going to embarrass ourselves or piss off Randy Orton. But I don't think I'd want to piss her off personally.
No, and the shoot that she did on Twitter, I'm wondering if that's an angle. Right now, it seems like she's legitimately angry about something. Well, about the pin, basically. But who knows? Who knows where they'll take it from here?
I mean, the pin worked with the pose. I don't think she was fully sitting on him. If she was, good for Randall. Yeah. No, I don't think she was fully sitting on him. But if she was, good for Randall.
Yeah,
you got to explain that away to the wife. I mean, but that's on you.
Randy's got to do a lot of things that I wish I could have done.
Yeah,
including that.
Just yeah. But and then on top of that, I really feel I like the fact that Bray Wyatt continues the story even on Twitter because it makes people follow that. He talked about things coming full circle. Showed a photo of Randy Orton about to punt him, which made CM Punk actually come on Twitter and be like, "Hey, I hope you forgive me, bygones and bygones, for what he did to Bray Wyatt before he was Bray Wyatt."
Husky Harris. Ooh.
I wasn't gonna say his name, but
it was a good character for the Nexus. It was a good start for Bray.
I give it that.
Now, do you buy into any of the heat that this isn't actually Bray Wyatt in the costume? I've been reading tons of articles about it. Everybody wants this to be Bo Dallas, but I don't think it is.
Absolutely not. I think Bray Wyatt's too invested into the story. This is his character. This is his. I don't think he's gonna allow anybody else to wear it, to do the mannerisms. Outside of Alexa Bliss allowed to do the Sister Abigail and continue the storyline, I don't think Bray Wyatt lets anybody touch this that's outside the story.
Good point. So going from Alexa Bliss and Kim Morton, moving over to another, what I hope is going to be a good girl fight at some point. We have Asuka, finally, the WWE doing something with the Raw Women's Champion. They brought Rhea Ripley over from NXT. She made a hell of an impact when she landed. I think this is going to be a really good match. Asuka's been kind of careful ever since, was it Sasha Banks? No, not Sasha Banks.
Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler, excuse me.
Straight
knocked one of her teeth out.
Straight kick to the face, which ended up giving her a concussion, so that put her out for a little while. Which is why we haven't seen the women's champion on Raw lately. I'm just glad that they're doing something with the women's division. I've said it for a while now. There's way too much talent for them not to be showcased on a 3-hour-long show. They need their own show. I've said it before. I'll say it again. One pay-per-view wasn't enough. They need their own pay-per-view. They need their own at least hour block, 2-hour block to showcase everything.
I'm of the opinion that if you were to gather all the female talent from Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, because you've got some good talent over there, you could put together a good 2-hour show and just showcase all women talent.
Oh, absolutely. I
don't know if you want to. What Wow Women of Wrestling or what's the other one, Sparkle or something like that?
Glow.
Glow.
Yeah.
Glow. That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Those prove that you can get a show like that over, especially with the WWE brand on it.
Yeah.
Pushing it.
Just with that talent, they need more time to shine. This might flat out steal the show. Rhea Ripley and Asuka are bangers. They're gonna go. They're gonna throw. It's probably gonna be a stiff match. No pun intended. They're gonna throw a lot of haymakers. Things gonna land. You're gonna get punched. Rhea Ripley, I think, stole the show with Charlotte, which Charlotte went over, which I wasn't very happy about. But it is what it is. Charlotte's not in this match. Asuka and Rhea, they're gonna tear the house down.
So now we're gonna move over to a match that I think is just kind of thrown together.
Bro.
You got the original bro versus the bro kick.
That was good.
That was a good,
That was
a
good.
good transition.
I was gonna make a 420 comment, and you got me with the bro kick. I like it. I like it.
So now the only reason I'm saying this match is poorly thrown together is you literally just had Sheamus get beaten by Drew McIntyre after their little rivalry. Throwing him back into another rivalry isn't terrible, but you're literally like 2.5 weeks away from Mania.
Yeah.
You really don't have any build up. So you're basically just saying, guess what, Sheamus, you got your ass kicked, now you're getting another title shot, go up against Matt Riddle. They're both great wrestlers. I'm not too fond of Matt Riddle's new
Scooter?
virtual. No, the scooter's cool. I like the steed, but his new virtual
I didn't even catch that.
you didn't? So on Monday Night Raw now, when he flicks his sandals off,
Oh, okay. I get what you mean.
he's got the rainbow birds that fly out.
Yeah.
I'm not too keen on that, but hey, to each their own. I'm sure there's.
I'm not cool with that either. I like the slow down, like the slow motion effect of him kicking the slides and then whipping the hair.
Yes.
It's hard for me to get behind the scooter. I get it. Stallions need a stallion. I get it. But
I'm waiting. They're gonna make it look like an actual stallion. I already see it coming. They've made mention of doing it already. It's coming. But I do like it because you've got a brawler versus a striker.
Yeah.
A lot of good hard hitting. I expect it to see a
they're gonna go.
pretty good physical match.
They're gonna go. And with WrestleMania being 2 nights, obviously you're gonna have those matches that are just thrown together. No storyline. Just hey, you guys are gonna feud for the title.
But I hate for this to be considered a beer match, like when you're in person,
I get it.
Or dark match, or
Yeah.
whatever. Switching over a little bit, so you've got the Hurt Business. They've been together for less than a year, and they've already got an angle where they're separating-ish.
Yeah.
We'll get to it in a second because Lashley's already got a big World Heavyweight title match at Mania. But they're putting him up against Shelton Benjamin right now, kind of building a little bit of heat there.
It's WrestleMania season, okay? The biggest storyline leading up to Mania has been that the Hurt Business had the gold.
Everything.
You basically just killed any chance of a WrestleMania moment for Shelton Benjamin or Cedric Alexander. Outside of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal that has nothing to do with anything but just to throw people together and honor Andre the Giant, which nothing against honoring Andre the Giant. It's just literally to showcase everybody. At one point in time, Mania was the card to be on that you had to earn. Now they throw everybody in the ring in a battle royal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but that is a good way to showcase new talent.
Yeah.
It's a good way to showcase against old talent. And just, I think that one should honestly be like a legitimate, if you can throw your opponent over the rope. Like there shouldn't be any scripting to that.
Yeah.
It should just be like, hey,
shoot Rumble.
Yeah, shoot Rumble and see what actually happens. And you should legitimately get either a nice Andre statue or a legitimate trophy.
I think something more needs to come with it, not just a trophy. Something's got to come. But again, with the Hurt Business breaking up right now, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander are just going to get lost in the shuffle. The only thing I hope that comes out of this is Shelton Benjamin actually gets a main event run. He is without a doubt the gold standard.
Has been for years.
And I want him to bring his original music back. Original music's got to come back.
Yeah, I'm good with that. He can obviously get rid of the Hurt Business thing now. So.
Yeah.
But speaking of, so you got the big main event for, I believe it's night 1.
Yes.
Is going to be Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. This is a match that I'm excited to see. I think the last time they went head to head they were in TNA Impact with each other.
Honestly, I can't remember last time they went head to head.
So it'll be good to see them go in the WWE. I don't want McIntyre to get the title back. I love him holding the title. I don't want McIntyre to get the title back just yet. I want Lashley to keep it a little bit longer. Give him an honest run. It's been years since Lashley's had a decent run.
McIntyre has held the WWE Raw specifically on his back since the pandemic. The Thunderdome era has been McIntyre and Reigns. I agree with you. The McIntyre should not get the belt back. Lashley should have a long run. He should build up other superstars, not just McIntyre. Again, like I said, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander. Those are the two guys I feel like he needs a feud with now because that the story's written that they've separated. There should be a run there. And I'm going to go flat out and say it when MVP heals up. He throws his name in, turns on him, and they feud. Now, by no means am I saying any of these guys should win the title from Lashley. I'm just saying they should be looked at in that sense.
If you were to go that route, and ignore the whole Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. The King?
Ignore, yeah. King. There's only one king in his name, Terry Law.
I was going to say Buckeye.
Okay, there's like three kings. Anyways, so
the Macho King.
No, I'm gonna say the Macho King. And then you got King from Ready to Rumble.
You know, when's his Hall of Fame induction? We're gonna get back to that. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
Anyway.
Anyways,
off topic.
So I was going somewhere with that. Oh, Baron Corbin doesn't need to be in the mix with this. If you can struggle internally within the Hurt Business and keep this going for at least 4 or 5 months. Especially with the little bit of time that they get each Monday Night Raw.
I agree.
Your promo segments and everything like that. Yeah, you can do a phenomenal run with this.
I agree.
Not to steal any of AJ Styles' thunder. But that's pretty much it for Monday Night Raw. Jumping over to NXT. Smackdown, Jesus.
Not yet. The better wrestling show. I mean, Raw may be the flagship.
So the graphic up is for their main championship bout. But we'll get to that in just a second. So you've got a couple of other things happening on NXT. One, you've got Walter versus
Tommaso Ciampa.
You've got Blackheart versus Walter's giant ass hand.
There's a few chops. Now maybe we'll do a video of a chop, and I'll actually take a chop, or you'll take one.
We're gonna go. Neidhart's sister was with it, huh?
Yeah, might as well. But there's very few people in the industry I think I wouldn't take a chop from. Big Show being one, and Walter being the other. If you don't know about his chop, just YouTube it. I mean, it's a cannon when you get smacked.
An instant red mark. If you watch the video in slow mo, you can see the skin ripple out as he hits them. He lays into his chop, no joke.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say Big Show, and then I think one of the only other people that I've ever seen a decent chop like that is Road Dogg. He throws a hell of a chop when he does one.
I would have loved
shake, rattle, and roll. Of course.
I would have loved to take a knife edge chop from Ric Flair.
Yeah, I mean
those ones would have been legit. Like those would have been cool.
I mean, I'm sure if you kick him a couple bills, he'll happy. You know.
Next time make it happen. But again, if you actually want to see a great chop, it's Adam Cole who takes one, and it was pretty legit. Also, we have, speaking of Adam Cole, him and Kyle O'Reilly got to settle that beef.
They got to settle the beef. The Undisputed Era has decimated. It's not even separated anymore. Maybe it's the season of breakups. That's the second faction that they've destroyed. Hopefully the New Day doesn't go. It's not going. I mean, they did that at the.
Don't put that on.
They did that at the draft.
Don't put that out in the universe.
Oh, have you seen the new ring gear? They're staying together at least till Mortal Kombat comes out.
You're right.
So, Undisputed Era has been decimated, so you definitely have to settle that beef. Again, I'm not a huge mark for NXT, so I keep tabs on it online. I don't really get a chance to sit down and watch it, but
they've actually been doing great backstage vignettes. Even going so far as Adam Cole showing up at Kyle O'Reilly's MMA gym and them getting into a brawl, which was pretty cool. But then, of course, the main attraction for NXT, Stand and Deliver.
Shout out to a popular teacher from Los Angeles, California.
If you guys don't know about that, you guys ain't about the movie business, all right? But my man Finn Balor
versus Karrion Kross
with Scarlett. Anyway,
I think this is going to be a good match. Karrion Kross is Killer Kross on the independent scene. I used to enjoy his matches. Unfortunately, since NXT, he's kind of been given the bunk run. He was sidelined with an injury for a while. I'm glad that Triple H talked McMahon into throwing enough money at him and Scarlett to come in and kind of be held down. Hopefully this is his upbringing. Again, it's one of those things I don't want to see Balor lose the title, especially if there's rumors that a certain painted figure might appear.
So, before I touch on that, Scarlett is making bank being a valet. I'd be a valet at this point for that kind of bank. I'm very good at it.
Yeah, her paycheck was extremely large when they signed her.
I wish she'd do some more in-ring stuff. I'm not the hugest on Karrion Kross. He had some steam up until the shoulder injury, which sucks because that does just put a derailment to your push. I don't want to see Balor lose. I don't think the story's there yet.
No.
And rumor is the Demon. And now, when he went to Raw, it was called the Demon King. I didn't like it. The Demon, Finn Balor, is supposed to return for Stand and Deliver. Perfect time to do it. Pay-per-view wise, story wise, not there yet.
Yeah, he doesn't need to dig deep to beat Cross for anything yet.
I mean, you think about the list of names he's beat as the Prince. He hasn't needed it, so why Karrion Kross? The story's not there. He needs that villain that stops him at all costs, that proves that the Prince ain't enough, and we ain't there yet. You got to build that. I said that before. He shouldn't just break out the Demon, and he even talked about that. He used it too often, and it just became second nature. It wasn't special. Yeah, it was. That's not how it should be. The Demon was something he touched on, a part of him that the other side of him that was just more aggressive. And like I believe he brought it out during like SummerSlam and squashed somebody within 5 minutes. That's how the Demon should be used. Karrion Kross can prove to be that guy that pushes the Demon further and further.
Especially with Karrion Kross's whole evil entity type persona that he has. And I mean, it's kind of a little bit off topic, but I honestly think that the Demon should have his own finisher.
Yeah.
The coup de grace just doesn't seem to fit that side of his character. I think the Demon should have a spit, I mean, I don't care if you rip off old Brave Boy and do it Sister Abigail out of nowhere.
But something different.
Something different.
I mean, I have fun saying coup de grace, but he does need something else. And so we're going to be switching it up to SmackDown. But before we get there, if you need any more wrestling in your life.
Oh, yeah. Because if you don't have enough to watch.
Is there really such thing as enough?
You ask my wife, I guarantee you she would say there is. There is wrestling on 6 days a week now. Excuse me.
But let's say this wrestling isn't your cup of tea.
Yeah, you don't want to watch this wrestling. You want to catch up with some of the older wrestlers.
The legends.
Check out this preview that we have for you.
Shout out A&E.
I want to be remembered making people feel a certain way when they watch me.
Biography, WWE Legends, an 8-part event. Starts with Steve Austin, Sunday, April 18th at 8 on A&E.
If you guys like that, make sure you check it out. A&E starting April 8th at 8 p.m. I know I'm excited to see what they do with this show.
I can't wait. Starting with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Starting with Stone Cold. That's just going to be amazing.
That's money right there. Now, again, going to SmackDown.
Getting back into it, going to SmackDown. We're going to start off with the SmackDown Women's Champion. This is a match I've been waiting to see for a while.
Can I say it?
Say it.
It's boss time.
That's right.
I had to do it. Had to get one in. Shout out Michael Cole. Sasha Banks against
the EST of the WWE.
I like it.
Bianca Belair. I did like Belair in NXT. Since she's come up to SmackDown, she really hasn't had a chance to showcase herself. She has a couple of tag team matches, and I liked how they turned early on the tag team thing. They didn't try to build up like they were going to be this great team afterwards or anything like that. So now they're just going to hit head-to-head full force.
I feel like Bianca has stalled a little bit since the Rumble. Because prior to that, I mean, she had a program with Bayley where she got to show some of her side. I mean, squatting Otis and all that. I thought she had a rocket stuck to her, which was awesome. Winning the Rumble. And then since then, it's kind of backed up a little bit just because of the tag team match and all that, which to me still, again, wasn't necessary. Sasha looks like she's playing the heel in this story by smacking Bianca, which I'm not saying she doesn't have to be the heel. I just think she's a better heel than she is a face. So that definitely adds something. Bianca, I mean, her accolades speak for themselves. She was a track star. Look at it. She is the EST of the WWE. Fastest, strongest. I mean, she'll run down the resume, believe me. Just watch one of her promos. She's got it written all over her. The belt changes at Mania. That's a prediction I'm having right now.
So you are predicting that she's gonna have her Mania moment?
Yes.
All right, I like it. And speaking of being the bad guy and not knowing who the bad guy is, we've got the main event for night 2 of WrestleMania. You've got Edge versus Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. I want to say that Edge is still going to be the wild card. Daniel Bryan's obviously the face. Reigns is pulling his heel card. Where's Edge standing at?
Edge is in between. People forget, Edge was injured, and it's a great Cinderella story that he's come back and all this for the fans and blah, blah. You forgot who the hell Edge was. This was the ultimate opportunist. This is the guy that cashed in Money in the Bank, the first man to cash in the Money in the Bank at the most opportune time, after the Elimination Chamber on John Cena. Did you expect him to be anything less? Did you think it was going to be, rah, I'm a face and I'm here to do right and just win the title? No. That's why Daniel Bryan got hit with the steel chair. He's still Edge, damn it. The rated R superstar.
Oh, when he hit Daniel Bryan with the chair at Fastlane and did the old school, panicked fingers through the hair. I screamed a little inside. My little 8-year-old version of me was like, but
hey.
What are you thinking is going to happen with the match? What are your predictions?
First,
I'm calling Vegas right now.
First, and shout out DraftKings for allowing me to win some money off WWE.
We'll get into that after this.
Yes. Now, the moment Daniel Bryan got introduced into this program, did you have any doubt he was going to be included in this main event? This man has made a career of changing.
Main event.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's trying to do the yes movement all over again, and no one plays a face like Daniel Bryan. It just goes without saying. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just how he wrestles. Maybe it's his story.
I think it's the haircut.
It could be. I don't know. When he got it, it reminded me of The Miz, and I wanted to kick him in the chest. But I'm just saying, he touches a part of the entertainment that a lot of people miss. And he definitely, he gets the crowd going. He gets their sympathy. He got the crowd behind him. So I knew exactly he was going to be in this main event. Does he have a chance in hell of winning? Absolutely not.
Okay.
Daniel Bryan was added to this match, so Roman Reigns does not take the 1, 2, 3 to Edge. Edge is walking out with the title.
Now, do you think storyline wise, so Edge is walking out with the title, is it to give him that one last run with the belt?
Yes.
Okay. So he's going for one more run.
And I'm gonna disagree with a wrestling personality, Vince Russo. I wasn't worried about Edge in this match looking old or slow. And let's not forget,
he's got a better six-pack than he did 8 years ago.
He's in better shape than he was 8 years ago. But let's not forget, Edge didn't retire on his own. He was medically forced to retire. So his best years we might have missed. But, oh no, does that mean we were worried? Absolutely not. I thought those two were going to tear the house down by themselves. Mm-hmm. But how do you give Edge the title but stop Reigns' momentum? You can't. So what do? You add a third party.
Have a fall guy.
You have a fall guy. Edge is winning the title. Bryan's taking the fall, 1, 2, 3. It's probably going to be a succession of finishers to everybody. It's going to be a spear on Edge. Roman Reigns is going to turn and take a knee to the face. And Daniel Bryan's going to get up. Yes. Daniel Bryan's going to get up. And somehow Edge has enough willpower just to run at him, spear him, bam. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Calling that.
And again,
not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
And again, for those of you that are into the new betting, you can go ahead. I mean, if you steal this man's thunder and place that bet and win, you'll owe us royalties.
Yes. Matter of fact, cash at me for every dollar you win.
Because, I mean, you have to pick the winner of the match, how it's going to end.
Yep.
And there was one other factor, isn't it? Any interference. I think.
Any interference, yes.
Yeah. So, and, I mean, I hope, you know what? Thinking of interference with Jay, the other Uso, my brother, might make a comeback. Might be a good time.
That could happen. I just don't think they take Edge's thunder away from him.
I don't think they're gonna waste it on.
And if anything, this leads to that cousin showing up because
they're gonna need backup.
Reigns is gonna be pissed. When he loses this title, he's gonna be pissed. You thought he was the head of the table and an asshole now. Wait till he loses the title without actually losing the title. He's gonna be pissed.
I prefer the term brought out.
That's fine. Either way, Edge is going to be the champion after Mania. Reigns and him are going to have a program where Reigns is chasing the title now, and this might lead to the other cousin showing up. Reigns gets the title back. This might lead to the biggest cousin showing up.
That'd be great.
Another prediction.
So the other thing that we like about this time of year is the Hall of Fame. And actually, last night, as of the 30th, the Hall of Fame has actually already been filmed. So we just want to throw a shout out to the 2020 and the 2021 classes.
Yes.
For the WWE Hall of Fame. So the 2020 class is the Bella Twins, John Bradshaw Layfield, JBL, Jushin Thunder Liger, and he's actually post-mortem now, right? Rest in peace. The British Bulldog, rest in peace. I'm all about the Hart family, and hopefully they get the Dynamite Kid and him put in as the British Bulldog.
Absolutely.
So, shout out to George Smith, looking fine last night at that event. Anyways, the NWO, Hollywood Hogan, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall.
Before you move on,
Sean Waltman, excuse me.
Sean Waltman, yes, X-Pac.
Six-pack.
The 1, 2, 3 kid. If I can get another Scott Hall acceptance speech, I'll be happy. I thought his acceptance speech was one of the best, especially the ending. I thought that was legit.
Motivating.
Very motivating. You look it up. YouTube, it's great. I was
basically telling you, if you want to be something, go out and be it. You can do it.
I mean, the end of it was basically tough times don't last, or bad times don't last, but bad guys do. And then through the toothpick. Razor Ramon, I've been a mark for him for, just oozing machismo. That was the dude that you wanted to be. Now, he ripped off Scarface, sure, but he made it work. So again,
He's told to.
Yeah, and again, if I can get another Scott Hall acceptance speech, I'm in.
Him coming up to the podium and leading off with that, hey, yo.
Hey, yo. The two easiest words to start a promo, and he got a pop.
Pop.
That's just money. I
think that's about as good as Mick Foley when he right here in beautiful Iowa, Michigan.
Shout out, Mick. We're gonna see you when you come to Michigan. I can't wait. Now in the celebrity wing.
The celebrity wing this year, we've got William Shatner.
Yeah, that's right. I did it.
I honestly can't think of what William Shatner's done for the WWE other than his. Like you said it earlier. Arnold Schwarzenegger,
bitch slapping Triple H needs to be talked about more.
Straight up, he bitch man slapped Triple H, which is something nobody else has the balls to do.
It needs to be talked about more.
I mean, and then again, you've got Oliver Platt, who played Jimmy the King. Would be a good addition to the celebrity.
He needs to be fucking inducted. That was.
What about wrestling's not fake himself, David Arquette? Anyways, that's all hearsay.
Say what you want about David Arquette. He actually gave it a shot to show fans that he was a fan and he loved the sport. He's got a great documentary out. Watch it.
Amazing.
What is it? I Am David Arquette?
I Am David, or You Can't Kill Me.
You Can't Kill Me. There you go.
Yeah. He actually
phenomenal.
Entered the sport for well over a year.
Yeah.
Got his ass whooped a lot.
And some people put the blame on him for WCW dying because they decided to give him the strap.
The big gold.
He did what he was asked to do. I would have done it too, to be a part of a wrestling storyline. But he has the balls to go back and say, you know what, I'm going to learn this. The celebrity wing's okay of the Hall of Fame. I just want...
It's not okay because now you have to think eventually Bad Bunny's going to be in the Celebrity Wing.
Right.
So.
And if Soulja Boy and Randy Orton keep going at it, Soulja Boy is going to be in there. And the words Soulja Boy and Hall of Fame have never gone together. I
never should.
Never.
Not especially the WWE Hall of Fame.
And God forbid he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame at some point.
And then, so continuing on, shouting out with the 2021 class.
Yes. Now, again, remember the pandemic. There wasn't a 2020 class last year, so that's why they're inducting 2 classes this year. So, 2021, Molly Holly.
Mighty Molly.
Mighty Molly. Oh, God, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Kane.
Deserving.
Who, if you watch The Bump, I believe it's called, The Undertaker actually told him, which...
I hope The Undertaker does it.
Yeah, absolutely. And
it'd be good to see Mark Calloway talking on a mic instead of The Undertaker.
It'd be
interesting.
It was The Undertaker who could very well have said no, that you're not going to be my brother, Kane. But they made it work, so very deserving. Rob.
The whole effing show. Sorry.
Rob Van Dam. You're good. Another one that
greatly deserves it.
He would have had a championship run had he not been busted with hanging out with Matt Riddle 420. But
leave Katie Forbes at home.
I don't know how that's going to work at the Hall of Fame. I don't know if this is going to be televised.
Somebody that is still contracted in the WWE, which you don't really see too often, but this year he's getting the Warrior Award, which I really like.
Titus O'Neil.
His contributions to Make-A-Wish.
Titus World Slide? Oh, worldwide. There we go. My bad.
That was...
Listen, he's going to be remembered for that. It sucks. I know. The biggest blunder at the biggest Royal Rumble, or the greatest Royal Rumble, whatever that pay-per-view was called. He's going to be remembered for that, but the people who know him are going to remember him for his charitable contributions. Some people have asked why he's even still on the roster and why he still has a contract. It's because he's an ambassador to the WWE. WWE is not only a sports entertainment. The Make-A-Wish Foundation, the Be a Star, they do so much charitable work. Titus O'Neil is
Susan G. Komen,
Susan.
Connor's Cure.
Yep, Connor's Cure. Again, a great organization. He is a ambassador for that. He really goes out there and does all these things. So you ever wonder why you're seeing him on TV and how he's still in a contract? That's one of the reasons.
He's definitely got a bright future in WWE corporate.
This next one I'm a little surprised about.
I was shocked when they announced it. I didn't think you could allow somebody that does karate that horribly into the Hall of Fame, but
I was going along the lines of the guy that almost made sure WWE wasn't a thing. He almost killed this business, this company, WWE. Eric Bischoff. I was shocked. Vince McMahon, he almost ran Vince out of everything.
He was Ted Turner's hitman for a little bit.
Oh yeah. But bygones are bygones. Vince McMahon's a billionaire.
He came over to the company. He did a great job while he was with the company.
Oh yeah. Storylines were great. Bischoff knows his shit. There's a reason why Ted Turner got him.
And speaking of foreign ambassadors, this last one.
I don't even want to speak on this, but I will.
You know what? I'm sure in his own contributions to the company, he deserves it. We're speaking about the great Khali.
Go ahead and call him what you want to call him.
The Punjabi Playboy, because that was probably my favorite angle with him.
I just remember him getting kissed by, was it Beth Phoenix?
Beth Phoenix.
And then getting tossed over the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
That was the Punjabi Playboy era, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it's no secret that WWE just opened up NXT in India and doing a lot of India things, and that's where
I guarantee you he's gonna be one of the head trainers.
That's where the former WWE champion Jinder Mahal is.
You're lost for words.
Outside of introducing the Punjabi prison match, which
just a bunch of bamboo tied together.
I got nothing.
But congratulations to Great Khali.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Good for you. I just remember you from the Longest Yard. So
You know what? There you go. He's in the Hall of Fame.
maybe he's the celebrity
wing this year.
I can't stand this show. Anyway, moving on.
So moving on. Some interesting news with the whole crossover aspect. So yesterday you had Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers versus Rich Swann, and Mac and Eddie Edwards.
Yes.
Good match. They're ramping up for something amazing again. For those of you that don't know, Rich Swann, fought Moose at Sacrifice and unified the TNA heavyweight title and the Impact World title. And so now at Rebellion, he's facing Kenny Omega. I believe it's AEW Championship versus the Impact title.
Yeah.
Or
title for title.
No, yeah, they're keeping it as the Impact World title. Mm-hmm. So they're doing that. So either obviously it's Kenny Omega's going to win. I hate to say it. I don't want to see Rich Swann lose a push like that. But they're building on Kenny Omega being the collector. He's already got the AEW title. He's got the AAA title. Now he's going to have the Impact World title.
No disrespect to Impact. The rating superstars right now are AEW. So Kenny Omega's taking that belt. He's going to make Rich Swann look good. Not that Rich Swann needs his help to do that. But, I mean, when you step in the ring with Kenny Omega, you're stepping in the ring with one of the best to do it right now. So that match is going to be insane. And again, I can't speak for how good this is to see cross promotions with the company. And then the fact that you're going to have your belt showcased now to a bigger audience.
At AEW.
AEW.
Yeah, it's ultimately it's going to be a good thing. I'm waiting for Omega to start showing up with the AAA World title.
He needs to go full force with this collector thing and just show off every belt.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking like old school Great Muta coming down to with all the belts on his arms. Like eventually, I think that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Also on Impact, you've got James Storm on his 1000th match. Congratulations. You picked EY, Eric Young, as your opponent for the night. So,
hey, big 1,000 matches. Now, say what you want. 1,000 matches on a person's body that's wear and tear.
I think that's just 1,000 matches on Impact.
I believe that's 1,000 matches on Impact.
That's not even a career total.
No. So, I mean, big up. And EY, I mean, I'm just happy EY's still doing his thing. He didn't get the push he deserved
in NXT.
In the main roster. NXT, he got a push. I can't think of the faction that he was the head of. It's escaping me right now.
Was it the military one?
Something like that.
The Forgotten Sons or something like that?
No.
Wasn't that one?
No. And if anybody knows, comment it. But he was a head of a faction in NXT. He got a push there. It's when he got to the main roster with that faction that they got lost. But also on Impact, there was a great backstage segment, which brought me back a little bit when I used to watch TNA. Mm-hmm. James Storm backstage, and who happens to run into him? The Wildcat Chris Harris. If you don't know who they are,
is that the NW or is that... That's the keyword. Google it.
America's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Before Beer Money.
Beer!
There was America's Most Wanted. That was tag team wrestling.
Before Glorious.
Robert Roode, what are you doing? Figure it out. But America's Most Wanted was tag team wrestling in TNA. That was probably their golden era of tag team wrestling. So that was awesome to see them two on screen together. Mm-hmm. Maybe that teased something. Maybe even them two going against each other in the future.
That'd be a good matchup again.
Absolutely.
Jumping ship to across the pond, over the seas. I don't know. For those of you that haven't heard, Kota Ibushi won the IWGP Intercontinental Championship championship belt, along with the IWGP Heavyweight title belt. And New Japan Pro Wrestling has agreed to unify the belts, and we have this beautiful work of art. I haven't seen it in anything other than images yet. I unfortunately didn't get to see the unveiling of it. But I like it. So in the interview, they say that they're, New Japan's throwing respect back to like the old Triple Crown belts, which is kind of the whole 3-prong thing. I'm seeing a lot online, them comparing it to a certain women's title that was running rampant in the early 2000s in WWE. But I like it. There's a lot of hate on it. I actually kind of think it almost looks like Cody Rhodes' logo from here, but
I was just thinking that it looks like something, and it looks like
American
Cody.
neck.
Yes.
But it's a pretty belt, and it'll be a wonderful
If
addition
not
to my
that, it kind
collection
of
at
reminds
some
me of
point.
the Street Fighter logo too.
I like Bison.
Bison. There we go.
There you
Yeah.
Bison's belt. Kenny Omega is definitely coming for that one.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, did you see Sorry to jump back. Did you see Kenny Omega's Street Fighter promo that he cut?
No.
Talking to TNA Impact, and tells for you guys, the day that Kenny Omega graced Impact was the greatest day of your life. For me, it was a Tuesday.
Listen, anytime you can put a movie quote, especially from Street Fighter, that's such a trash movie.
Rest in peace, Raul Julia. That was his. It wasn't a trash movie.
Trash.
Now as an adult, you watch it and you're kind of like, okay.
I'm trying to figure out who
I shouldn't have been so hyped. Yeah, who the hell thought that a Frenchman should be a United States Air Force colonel?
Our hero. Anyway, we're that bad. I shouldn't have brought up Bison. I love the belt. I think the belt looks great. It's flashy, and I like that.
So anyways, tell us what you guys think.
Yeah.
Feel free to leave your comments down there. We'll read them. We'll respond to them.
Continue to follow. Continue to like. Give us some comments. Give us some feedback. Please.
Show that love. And as for Jobber Jed, we will see you next time.